Lots of love today and plenty of questions. We're going to start with Lindsay with an E. I've gotten so accustomed to my current lifestyle that things like Netflix, HBO Max, etc. are hard to let go of. How do we decide what to cut out when things are already accounted for in your budget?
I'm not going to tell you how to do it, Lindsay, but I'll tell you how I do it. I will do the scorched earth approach. You've heard of burning fields, right? It doesn't have, my name is Joshua Fields Milburn, and I'm often burning fields. So when farmers burn fields so they can replant it, re-fertilizing the land, give it a break to start from scratch. And so I did this recently with my subscription services. I got rid of Netflix and Hulu. I got rid of Paramount Plus and Apple TV and YouTube Premium and Spotify and Apple Music and Pandora and Tidal. Yes, I had Tidal as well. I had all of these streaming services. And so there was probably around a dozen, 13, 14 streaming services that over time I had accumulated. Yeah. It didn't all happen at once. And so what did I do? I got rid of all of them, 100% of them. And then I just waited. I didn't wait a month or a year or whatever. I just said, all right, I'm gonna give myself some time. When do I miss it? Immediately, YouTube Premium. I needed that back because I hate advertisements. Advertisements suck. Let's get rid of all of these advertisers. So I brought that back. And then, oh yeah, you know what? I do listen to a lot of music. Apple Music made sense to me. The streaming platform, great. Did that. And then I waited. I don't really need this. I don't miss that at all. I don't miss Hulu. And all of a sudden you realize I only have 2 or 3 or 4 streaming services now, but I've cut 10 of them out of my life. And by doing this regularly, you don't have to just do it with that, but anything that's in your budget. If you have this giant budget with 100 monthly expenses and you got down to 0, would you repurchase these monthly subscriptions starting today? And if you don't feel compelled to do so, let them go.
I love that you, and like what it started with was getting rid of your internet when you move up to Ventura County. So like that was really the foundation of like, well, I don't have internet now, so I'm probably not going to need these different services. So yeah, I mean, I would say you could even take it a step further. What I've been practicing, my buddy taught me this. You can watch whatever you need to watch on HBO Max or Paramount, whatever the streaming services that Lindsay mentioned there. And then you can cancel your subscription. And then if there's something else you want to watch, you could sign back up for it a month or 2 later. They would love for you to sign back up. In fact, sometimes they give you a better deal when they win back a customer. So yeah, I mean, maybe that's a middle ground for you, Lindsay. Like, when's the last time you watched HBO Max? When's the last time you watched Paramount Plus? And yeah, turn them off and turn them on when you want to use them.
Or never turn them on again if you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
You just made me think about Spotify. Like, I want to be cool. I want to be cool so bad, Josh. No,
Spotify's inferior. Right? So,
is it not cool anymore?
I'm not saying that. It's way cooler, but isn't that how it works? Many of the cooler things are inferior.
Oh, yeah.
Apple Music's, with the lossless audio, their audio, as long as you have it all turned on in the settings, their audio is so much better than Spotify's. It's not even close.
What does it say about me? Because like I was just at my aunt's place and I'm talking to my little cousin. She's like 13. She had a friend over. Her friend was like 13 years old and they're listening to Spotify. And if I mention Pandora, they look at me like I'm a dinosaur. They're like, Pandora? Oh, was that on the radio back in the day, Grandpa?
Oh my God.
Anyway, but what does it say about me though? That like, I really do hold on to Spotify because I'm like, yeah, I am cool. I'm using what the kids are using, but I'll never use it. I use it to listen to Rogan every once in a while, but yeah. I need to rethink some of these other services I have too, for sure. I'm glad this topic got brought up.
Ryan's walking in the room with the baseball cap to the side.
Hello, fellow kids.
with the backpack on. What's up, peeps?
So, have you discovered anything that's the bomb lately?
Hey guys, what's popping?
No.
So one quick thing I'll say about this is that there are fewer things we underestimate more than our ability to be happy without the things we already wish we could get rid of. And so a good example of this is think about compulsive habits or addictions, things that you just want to stop doing, stuff that you want to stop eating. When you're thinking about it hypothetically, but will I be able to live without that pleasure, that comfort, that luxury? And you already wish that you could, But you don't get to experience that power and that clarity and that lightness and that freedom until you do get rid of it, right? And so I would suggest that scorched earth technique where you say this: I'm going to get rid of them all. And maybe I have 5 of them. And I'm going to say I have the permission to keep something like 1 or 2. But here's my rule. The next thing I want to watch, if I sign up for it, that's the thing I got to keep. So if a movie comes out and I want to watch it on Disney Plus, okay, I can sign up for Disney Plus. But if I do that, that's the one I'm keeping for a year. And that cost will make you say, oh, do I really want Disney Plus for the sake of this one movie? Or do I want to wait on something I feel more excited about? It'll just introduce an element of critical thinking to it that you might find helpful.
Did you enjoy this standalone Patreon highlight? If so, you can listen to full episodes of the Minimalists private podcast available exclusively on Patreon. Visit patreon.com/theminimalists or click the link in the description. Your support keeps our podcast and YouTube channel 100% advertisement free.